Hey, welcome to Fridays with Foster. I am your host, Foster. And today, I guess it's a Friday drive or whatever you want to call it. I want to talk about marketing PTSD. It's happened to me. It's happened to almost every single one of my clients and most people that I speak to professionally. So, you know, we've all tried to generate business, generate leads by investing money in something. Sometimes we have opportunities that, quote unquote, opportunities that are brought to us, people trying to sell us, you know, getting into a some kind of a booklet or a pamphlet for a golf course, or of course the you know, myriad of different options there are online and groups and, you know, things like that. But and I'm not going to tell you which one works, because it differs depending on what your industry is and your experience and your target. Not every marketing strategy is right for every target. So, well, what I will tell you is there are a few things that I see that cause this PTSD. Number one, there's a lack of tracking. First and foremost, there's a lack of tracking of results. And I'm not talking about total sales. Like, did our sales go up since we started, you know, these Google ads or whatever the case might be? That's kind of the final result, and that's, you know, obviously important. But there are other benchmarking measurements and metrics that we have within the process of tracking the outcomes of specific marketing strategies. So, one of the things I like to look at are different conversion rates as we break down the process. So if there were, you know, 500 names brought in, how many of those converted to the next step in the process, like a phone call or a meeting setup or a resource guide downloaded or signing up for a newsletter or whatever the case might be. So we need to track that. Without that information, it's really kind of a crapshoot as far as something being successful or not. The second thing that I see, and this is the same if you have an internal marketing person or if you're utilizing an external marketing company, is that there is a lack of goals. So so for instance, if I wanted to hire somebody to get, you know, to do some social media marketing for me, and their goal, you know, may or may not be a certain number of likes. Well, I don't know about you guys. I don't make any money off of likes. I don't, that just doesn't happen for me. So that could be a step in the right direction, but it really can't be the total sum of the efforts of my marketing investment, right? So what I like to say is that, again, we can look at conversion rates, but what are we shooting for? What is the total goal? They may not be responsible for my actual sales process, meaning what I do once I get the leads, but they definitely have an impact on that by having qualified or unqualified leads, or leads not in my target, however you want to put it. If they're not in my target, it's kind of hard to sell to them regardless how great my sales process is. I can't sell meat to a vegan. So anyway, what we like to look at is starting with some kind of a goal, you know, that they may say, well, we're not responsible for your total sales because we just bring the leads in, and that's fine. But maybe what we do is we set a goal for a certain number of meetings set as a result, or somewhere within that breakdown of benchmarking. But don't lose faith. So the marketing, that PTSD that I talk about, it a lot of times it just freezes people. It does one of two things. It'll freeze people to either not do any marketing, right, and then wonder what's going on or what the problem is, and then just slowly disintegrating. The other side is that you may be engaging in something that's kind of working, and, you know, the Stephen Covey idea, good is the enemy of great. Sometimes it's not even good. Sometimes what it ends up being is, like, bad is the enemy of good for some reason. Like, people will not change because they're afraid of stopping something because they don't know if it's working or not. So don't change it. Right? So that's where the PTSD comes from. You're afraid to invest, you're afraid to stop. You know, there's the adage that only 50% of your marketing dollars work. The problem is most people don't know which 50% it is, so they don't touch any of it. So next time you're looking over your marketing, see what kind of numbers you're tracking. Be a partner with your marketing company. I mean, you're their client. It's okay if you ask them to track specific numbers and help you maybe break down the final results as they may in fact relate to sales. Not to hold them responsible, but if I'm a marketing company, I want to know more about how my marketing efforts are impacting your sales. Okay? So with that in mind, you're not a tree, you can move. So if something's not working, you can shift it and change it. This is Foster McCarl with Fridays with Foster. And remember, life is too short to drink bad coffee. Thanks.